An outdoor classroom is a place that's been created for children to work and play in so that they have the same learning opportunities that they would have inside. It's quite distinct from the notion of a playground. The whole 6 areas of foundation stage provision will be in this classroom, and it will be a place, yes, where children will play, but that learning opportunities have been provided for them.
Why do we need to give the flowers some water?
Because so they can grow.
So they can grow. And what else do they need to make them grow?
Sun.
The sun, that's right.
Flourish is a campaign which encourages children and teachers to transform an area of their school grounds into a garden. We wanted to show that you can transform an area of school grounds in any environment, in any school. This school was quite a challenge.
This has been particularly remarkable here because of the nature and position of the school that we've worked in. It's a Victorian 4-storey building in Sydenham, in Lewisham, on the edge of quite an urban area. Many of the children live in flats, so wouldn't otherwise have so much access to outdoor play. It's north-facing. Nobody would actually have expected any plants to grow there, and in the last 9 months it's just been transformed into the richest learning environment possible.
This is letters and alphabets. This is beetles. This is a treasure. This is flower.
When I first came to the school, it was a very dull, very dreary, overcast day. It was a very uninviting, uninspiring place, an empty piece of tarmac, basically. But the fact that it is north-facing means that it doesn't get very much sun at all. It's a very windy spot, and it is also incredibly cold in the winter. Another bed over here, which at the moment I'm undecided as to what to go in there. We can have some more shrubs for for year-round colour, or you might want to grow.
Well, maybe it'd be nice for reception, because I've got a lot of beds in the nursery area. It might be a good growing area for reception to use.
What about this bed here, James? Because you've got a wall here, so you've got...
One of the things we wanted to do in the design was make it as welcoming as possible and as soft as possible. We wanted to sort of warm it up. Just try to use lots of warm colours and lots of natural materials to just give the effect that it's a warmer environment. We have a number of sheltered areas so that the area can still be used if it's raining. We've tried to provide windbreaks wherever possible with the use of logs, which have also helped to warm up the environment.
God, Mr. Gumpy owned a boat and his house was by a river. Mr. Gumpy went out in his boat. Many children perform better outside. They're transformed when they leave the indoor environment and come out here. They feel a lot freer, they feel more confident. Many children, if you were to observe them, look like quite different personalities out here. Lovely hopping. Excellent. Well, this boat is getting very full of animals. I'm a bit worried. Research evidence shows that boys operate much more effectively outdoors. For example, literacy inside may often be table-based. The girls will go to that because the girls feel they're playing schools. Boys will often position themselves against it. Whereas in the outdoor classroom, I've seen boys operating at a really high level out here.
Rectangle, excellent. And we're going to walk around our outdoor area and see if we can take photographs of these shapes that you have in your hand. What have we got here on this ladder? Square.
In this environment, learning opportunities are enhanced by the weather. So we would never consider staying in on a rainy day. The children would be offered resources such as Wellington boots and mats and umbrellas so that they could experience the opportunities that a rainy day provides. Similarly, on a windy day, we would expect to have flags blowing out here, children playing with windmills, bubble blowers, that kind of thing. On a sunny day, they've got the opportunity to use prisms, magnifiers, experiment with sunglasses, and have beach role play. There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing.
In our playground, we got loads of circles. We got rectangles. In our garden, we got lots of squares. In our garden, we've got loads of triangles.
OK, Christopher and Mercy, we are going to plant these plants now in this circular section. The first thing we need to do is pick a plant and decide where it's going to go. So shall we start with these ones here? Even in unhospitable sites like this, plants will grow. It's just a case of making the right decision and also a little bit of experimentation as well. We've chosen a lot of shade-loving plants for the area of the garden that doesn't get any sunlight at all. In the area that does get more sunlight, we've introduced some plants that are tolerant of the shade, but also like the sunshine as well, to take advantage of the fact that at certain times of the day, you know, there is a bit of sun on the plot. We massage the roots like this to loosen them. Then we put it into...
All those yellow?
They're all roots. They're all the roots.
The roots?
Yeah.
The roots help them grow.
It does, you're right, that's exactly what they do. So basically want to create a sort of a separate room in the garden. We've done that by installing these posts around the outside and also then put soil in the middle of that to create beds. This area can be used as an area for seating, for storytelling, or for building. It can be used for whatever it wants to be used as. What's this one called? This one's called a salvia, look. This one's called a salvia. And look at these, what colour are those?
Purple.
They're lovely purple, aren't they? Lovely. Right, so where should we put this?
This. No, it is.
You know what might look good if we had that there, and then we had one of these grasses behind it, so you could see the colour of these leaves against the colour of the grasses. Shall we? Which grass would you like to put in?
This one.
It's
that sort of weird.
Yeah.
The hole.
The plants have transformed this place. They've taken it from a place where there was very little to talk about, very little to do, to a place that is rich in multi-sensory experiences for young children. Instead of bare brick walls, we've now got living walls and living screens in such a variety of colours, shapes and textures that it's beyond anything anybody could have imagined back in September.
From nothing, we've created an environment where all the 5 senses come into play as soon as the children come out of doors. We've got the spiky gunnera, which you can touch and feel, and the lovely feathery ferns. We've got the salads, which they can taste, the spicy radishes and the mild lettuce leaves. We've got the beautiful lavender, which you can smell, and the wonderful salvias that you can see the intense blue, and the sound of rushing bamboo and the reeds and things like that. So we really have created something where all 5 senses come into play.
If I hold it, will you pull?
No, you pull the bucket. I am. You both.
Oh.
Oh, that's a lot of
I
roots
know.
that help them grow.
I know. How long do you think that's been in the pot? It does, but you know what will happen when now we've taken that off, all these roots are going to grow into the soil, and it's going to get bigger, and it's going to be healthier, and it's going to grow and grow and grow.
Beautiful, it looks just like that plant.
That's lovely.
What do we grow here?
Potatoes.
Potatoes, that's right. Shall we see if they're ready and they've grown? What I want you to do, we've got to dig down in the ground and see if you can find a potato. Can you have a dig around? You have a feel down there. What have you got? What's that?
Potato.
A potato. Look, it's grown in the ground, hasn't it?
These children, all under 5, have grown their own crops. They've sown and planted lettuces, radishes, potatoes, broad beans, and I would say with a skill and talent that frankly I wouldn't have believed possible last September.
A potato.
A potato. How many potatoes have we got?
2.
2 potatoes. Shall we
We've
show the
decided to have a
children?
productive vegetable garden in the sunnier area. Vegetables do need the sun, but we suggested a system of raised beds, just lifted slightly off the ground for drainage. It's pressure-treated timber, it's a no-dig system, easy for young children, it's at their height. And as long as you rotate your crops every year, you can carry on with a very productive little garden like that.
Do you want to show Helen? Yes. Show her what you've grown. Helen?
Hello.
Helen?
Yes.
Oh, we'd like to just show you what...
No, you have
Do you remember when you planted these with the children?
That's fantastic. Where did you get those from, Sandra?
On the deck.
How would you cook them, Ryan, if you could have them any way you wanted?
Mama, you put water on their first.
Clever boy, you do pour water on them first. Yeah, you're right. Would you?
Yeah, and then you peel.
Yeah, sometimes you peel them. That's quite right. You've not really lived till you've seen 3-year-olds prick out French marigold seeds and tell each other to hold the seedlings by the leaves, not by the stalk, because they'll be crushed.
So can we pick some of the lettuce and put it in the colander? I think we might nearly have enough for our sandwiches.
I did it!
Oh, well done, well done. Right, Sophie, can you do a little job for me? Can you take it in and wash it for me? And make sure that you spread the butter right over the breads. That's lovely. What about a little bit down that end? Try and spread it right out. We can put that little bit there. Do you want to take a piece of lettuce? Spread it out on your sandwich. And you're eating your own lettuce that you've grown.
I've watched the children play over the last year, and what's been really exciting is where they've often used offcuts of wood left behind by James to build towers. Far better than spending your money on expensive construction play. Everybody can get their hands on milk crates. Children can build with them. You can sing songs around them. They can be used in role play. They can be used as boxes. One of the other most successful parts that I've really enjoyed seeing the children in is the hole that we left them to dig. Sue, the nursery teacher, has said it's one of the best things we've done, and it was practically free.
It's been, almost without a doubt, the most challenging space that I've ever worked on. So obviously seeing it completed is incredibly satisfying for me, and something which is, I do get a lot of joy from, and it's also a pleasure to see the children using it in the way that it should be used.
Outdoor learning is a very exciting experience for children, and it's one they will always remember. They'll remember things they practically did as children. It gives them brilliant skills, citizenship, nurturing plants and each other, working as a team, and just passion for healthy eating and things like that. It's very, very important.
I've been in teaching 26 years, and I have never learned as much as I've learned this year. And what's been very exciting is that if you give it a go, you'll see the things that you read about in the books, you'll see them come to life. You see children behaving as insect providers will tell you they will behave. You hear conversations at a higher level than I would say I've ever heard, but you need to be prepared to be a learner, I think. You need to be prepared also to take some risks. But mostly, I would say be prepared to kind of open your eyes and look for the excitement that's out here, because it's truly incredible. And I can't imagine how anybody would ever want to prefer to teach indoors over outdoors.